It's you two, though, right?
I feel awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I feel great. Like, I feel amazing to be a part of it. I feel so honored to be a part of it.
Is it life changing?
No, but it drives me to make me want to get my own million.
Your own belief goes up.
Right.
My
Definitely.
own million.
For sure.
So now it's obtainable.
But this is
You
the
know
question,
it's real.
Yeah.
This is the question I have for you, though, because we're talking about it being the new form of currency.
It is. Mm-hmm.
When does it become like, okay, now I'm a millionaire, but I just need that next million, and you're constantly chasing after bigger numbers? Like I've heard, if you've read any books by, billionaires, they always say like, well, when is enough? And they're like, just one more billion or something, right?
Right. You think the first million was hard?
Yeah, exactly. Right. So I mean, when does that become a factor? Is that ever going to become a factor? Are you ever going to be like, okay, take a step back? Even though I'm making money off of this, I know this is really not what's important to me.
I think as long I do have monetary goals. I would be lying if I didn't. But out of the let's say the 100% of let's say reminders out on my phone, things that I'm trying to condition myself for.
Yeah,
maybe 10% will be financially related.
Right.
Because I think.
Do you think that
you
goes
do
back
what you
to
love? Money follows. Money doesn't lead; it follows.
Absolutely.
It follows what you're
point.
doing. So as
Good
long
point, yeah.
as long as you're doing what you need to do deliberately and you are passionate about it, money is not even going to be a main factor. And you're essentially.
As long as you don't give up, just don't quit.
The money you make is directly relative to the amount of value you add to the world.
My point.
That's it.
Yeah.
Nothing else. If you only make $1,000 a month.
Yep.
You are only worth $1,000 a month.
Absolutely.
If you care, if your goal is to help people and help them thrive and succeed, you are going to, by default, make more money.
Yeah.
Because you are adding more value.
Well, that's the thing, is you make a very good point, because if you want to increase your income, you need to become more valuable.
Absolutely.
And that's the way to look at it.
Just like last night's podcast.
Yep.
Vula.
Yep.
Yeah, self-worth.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Self-worth. Yeah, exactly.
Huge. Yeah, that was a very good point there.
Yeah, for sure.
What I was going to say is I have no monetary gains, but I would also love to have the financial freedom.
He just wants the gains.
It's not the gains.
Sorry.
Just gains in general.
Gains everywhere.
It's not the
Laundry detergent.
microphone gains.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's just
He lives on Gainsborough.
What about patience? Because I know you and I have talked about this.
That's in London.
That is in London. Good job.
Yeah.
We could do that all night long, probably.
This is what he fucking does.
And something else.
I'm not gay. Nothing that is wrong with that. But,
No, there isn't anything, but it was just part of the pun.
Speaking of that pun, I was going to ask you to do something. I want you to do it.
Right now?
No, I want to do it later.
You want to do it later? Okay, let's.
It's not on spot. It's not on spot.
God.
The income stuff. I just want to get back to that for a
Yeah.
second. Do you think that has to do with the past and being broke and being on welfare? Like, is that something that still sticks with you, that you're trying to never, like, it's like a safety net? You never want to be there again.
That's a good question.
To be on, no. Looking back at it now, there's a lot of beneficial things that happened for being on welfare.
Okay, like what? Tell me about that.
Well, you realize what you definitely don't want,
right?
Sure, fair enough. Yeah.
You're creating. You're in a situation. Sometimes you have to hit rock bottom to know you're never going to be there again.
Right. I agree.
And then you might go halfway back, because life's kind of this. It's kind of like a stock chart, right?
Right.
But I think it's important. Your failures are so important.
Yeah,
they're almost more important.
Yeah.
Because then there is no such thing as a failure.
Yeah, you lose or you learn.
You're either winning or you learn.
Yeah.
Right.
You're either lose or you learn.
No, you can lose or you can learn from that.
Yeah, right. You can. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you either win or learn.
Yeah.
You choose
Win or
either
learn.
to lose from it, keep it, or you
Right,
learn. That's
precisely.
What I mean. Same
I
premise.
always say that there's no such thing as failure. It's just a need to modify your approach.
Absolutely.
That's good.
100%.
That's
Yeah,
good too,
I like
yeah.
that.
And so, again, still a lesson. You learn.
Do you have a quote for us?
God, don't put me on the spot.
Okay, sorry.
What's your favorite quote?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I like big butts or anything like that. Just like,
I know.
I like big butts and I cannot laugh.
Do you have a favorite quote you have?
Do you do it like personal development meditation or anything like that?
I actually just kind of started with that since I've
Did
been
you?
hanging around this crew.
Sure,
Sure.
Yeah.
So you're teaching too. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
Motivated me, yeah.
That's really what I enjoy doing.
We're a
most,
crew now.
Is
Did you hear
like
that, though?
learning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, crew.
Learning and teaching. I think it's fucking awesome.
That's
I
why
think
I'm
and it's really
a person. Yeah.
and I was told this. I've been told this over and over again, but recently I've started sort of paying more attention to it. If you're ever having a bad day, start thinking about life is not happening to you, but life is happening for you.
Right.
Ooh, that's good.
And
too.
when you start thinking of it that way, and you realize, okay, this person just even walking down the street, I'm here to teach them something, or they're here to teach me something.
Right.
And everyone all of a sudden has value to your story.
Right.
Which is a really cool way of looking
I love
at
that.
things.
That reminds me,
That's really
speaking
cool.
of quotes, Abraham Lincoln.
Yep.
He had I think it was Abraham Lincoln.
Who suffered from depression, by the way.
Did he actually?
Yeah,
Wouldn't
absolutely.
surprise me based
Yep.
off this, because he obviously
Of his
changed.
fucking beard.
Yeah.
He said, I don't like that person.
Right.
I must need to know him better.
Right.
I must get to know him better.
Oh,
Right.
that's really cool,
Right?
too. That's
Yeah.
a really cool concept.
Right, if you hate somebody, you're just not understanding what they're going through, or there's something they can teach you.
Sure.
That'll
with
end
yourself,
that'll
too.
end hatred if we
Right.
could all just understand that.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Absolutely. So tell me this, man. How are you right now? We've talked about this. We kind of went down the spectrum here about A-list celebrities, B-list celebrities. You're like, if I'm being modest, maybe you're like a C.
I don't know. I
know.
don't even want to label myself
I
as
know.
any type of a celebrity. It's weird just going down the street. We go to Grand Bend. I can't even eat food.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah. So how are you handling
Weird.
it, though? Tell me about how you're handling it.
I love it.
You love it.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, you're
No.
good. You're good.
No,
with it.
I enjoy it. I enjoy it a lot. Mainly because I feel like it's just another reward as far as financial.
Right.
It's just another avenue for somebody to say, hey, I appreciate your work.
Right.
And it's good to hear that. It's humbling.
That's
it's humbling
awesome.
as hell, man. It is.
Yeah.
It's very humbling.
And do you have any problems with the ego surfacing at times because of that?
Yeah, definitely. There's
Yeah.
challenges. There's challenges for sure. But I think whenever that comes up, it's just just double the meditation that day.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
sure.
saying?
Absolutely.
Because that's never going to go away. It's just
No.
managing it better, and obviously the more publicity you get, the more the more of that comes out.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
trying to stay grounded. Which back to my reminders.
Oh, yeah.
One of my reminders is stay centered. Be aware of the ego.
Yeah.
And so that goes off every day. And that's what's interesting about reminders is that oftentimes you'll find yourself in the middle of something where that comes up at the exact time that you
need it.
needed it.
Sure. Absolutely.
And that's conditioning at its finest.
Now,
Absolutely.
Back to being grounded. You were in LA for a little bit, and did you find that a lot of people were being fake? A lot of fake characters, a lot of fake people.
I think wherever you go, you're going to run
Absolutely.
into
No, of
that.
course
not,
I think in general you're going to find
LA,
that everywhere.
You think maybe in abundance because of people have their hopes and dreams to be on.
Well,
multimedia.
the difference with LA
I don't know,
is
I
that
don't
you might come here and you're gonna every person that you're going to talk to is going to have a different profession.
Right.
They're going to be very diverse. In LA, there's like 3.
When I was there, it was like
you know this.
Yeah, the way that it was described to me was everyone is a slash something.
that's cool.
right.
Yeah. So
Everyone's a slash.
There's,
something.
there's always a
And the
slash.
slash is
Actor,
either
slash
actor, model, singer, dancer.
Yeah,
One of
yeah.
those 4, and that's it.
They're all trying to make the piece of the pie.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
So everybody's networking and connecting. Is some of it fraudulent? Sure.
Yeah.
But we've all done that.
Yeah.
We've
And
all done that. I mean,
absolutely.
But as long as it's done in I think a positive manner,
Professional.
a healthy way.
Yeah,
if
healthy
you
way.
can,
Yeah.
If you can do it, right? I mean, there's a lot of unhealthy ways to do that.
Yeah.
A lot of a million unhealthy ways to go to Los
Tell
Angeles.
us some of the unhealthy ones like that you've been doing.
I feel like you guys are totally picking on me. I'm the only girl, I guess.
Don't be a victim. Fight back.
Yeah.
We got to pick on the pretty one.
But you must
why I always
actually
get picked on when
this
she's not
because
here.
you're trying to get into that right now.
How are
So-
you feeling with everything moving forward? You like, are you feeling optimistic? Are you
Very.
yeah?
Like, probably more than I've ever been in my entire life.
Okay.
Like, I would say, like, a few months ago, I was starting to get to the point where I was like, like, I'm 30, 31. Actually, I'm 31 now.
You're 31.
Yeah, 31, turning 32. So I think I was at the point where I was like, oh my God, I'm 30. And like, I've been trying for this my whole life and I'm literally getting nowhere.
Right.
And then like, we did that video and things have just been like way better since then.
Sure.
Yeah.
crazy.
So
Sure.
it's like you finally get to that point where you almost want to give up and then finally you get a break.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that reminds me of my favorite picture in the world.
Okay.
Have you ever seen it where it's 2 guys mining? It's the same guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they
yeah.
almost
Yeah.
and he stops and walks
The guy's
away.
got a
Yeah.
sliver left, and he's
Yeah.
walking the other way, and the other guy just keeps
Going
keeping
ham.
hacking
Going
away.
ham.
yeah,
with that
and the
fucking
other
wall.
guy
Just-
had this much more to go
Just
before he
needed
hit
to
the
do one
reward.
more.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
that's the key, right?
It's
Yeah.
tough. You have to keep pushing.
Yeah, it's a
tough sometimes,
cutthroat
you know what I mean?
industry for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I believe that for
one of
sure.
the more cutthroat industries.
Definitely. It's like
Yeah.
needle in a haystack. It's all about connections. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
seriously,
Yeah,
you can be
sure.
the most talented person and have no connections and you're not going
Right.
to get anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
it's unfortunate, actually.
Yeah, no, I believe that. And was there ever moments when you wanted to give up?
I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just, I didn't, you know what I mean? My goal was just to continue doing what I love to do and being creative and growing and just growing in that sense. And just naturally things worked out in its favor because I'm just consistently challenging myself to be a better person, a nicer person, a more humble person, calm. And then you just operate from a better standpoint. And then suddenly the universe is like, here you go. Take this. You know what to do with it.
Yeah. I think you're absolutely right. I think that as soon as you're ready for things, they will start to come.
Sure.
If you're not learning and you're doing the same thing over and over again, you're going to experience the same shit until you learn it.
Mm-hmm.
That's
even for us, this last month has been actually pretty crazy.
For podcasting?
Fucking everything.
Yeah.
Just everything is falling into place.
Things are starting to definitely...
everything's... All the puzzles are like... matching. It's unbelievable. It's really strange, actually.
And it's not that there's a ton of money in podcasting, at least to my knowledge, but this is a vehicle to so many other things. And I get to sit here and learn what it took to get for you to kind of push through everything you've been through to get to this place where you are, where you're still telling me that it's all about mindset and following your passion.
Attitude, man, makes all the difference.
Yeah,
totally.
I agree.
Would you say that you push yourself every day to do something that's uncomfortable?
Yeah, that's one that just got changed. Actually, I had that on there because
am I psychic or something?
I don't know. Did you go through my phone?
Actually, I was going to tell you, he went through your phone. You were taking a pee.
Jeez, man, I literally just changed it like a week ago.
He was taking a dump.
No, number 3.
Yeah.
Number 3. Right.
That just happened.
So, that's such an important thing to do.
Yeah.
Number 3?
Because life begins at the end of your comfort zone. That's
Absolutely.
where it begins. So you challenge yourself every day to do something weird. If you're scared to do something, fucking do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know what you're thinking. You're thinking something probably dirty.
No, I'm not.
His mind just takes off.
No, it does not. It's fucking his mind that takes off. He's got a fucking sex and suicide podcast.
Yeah. Remember that man in the mirror we talked about?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're looking out the window.
MJ.
You're looking out the window.
MJ. It's funny.
Man, I wish you continued success. I think this has been a fantastic ride for you so far. And I'm always here for you if there ever comes a tough time where you're getting beaten on by the media. I know what that's like.
Yeah.
And I just hope you continue to follow these reminders on your phone and always stay true to yourself, regardless of you keep rising up. You're going to get pulled in multiple directions. Stay true to you. Follow those passions. You can't go wrong.
I appreciate the hospitality, man. I speaking of that,
you
said you had an extra room.
Yeah,
here.
you might be living in there.
Yeah.
That's
you thinking about it?
You're if it's free.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
it'll be free. Yeah, it'll be free.
Did everybody hear that?
It's actually a homeless shelter in the basement.
That's what it is.
It gets fucking weird in there.
Feels like home to me. Yeah.
Oh, you mean free financially?
Yeah.
I see. I thought you meant free available.
We're gonna talk about that.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I have a question for him.
Yeah.
So recently, a local radio station did a kind of a pun video, and I'm a big fan of Tucker.
FM 96.
I'm a big fan of
Taz
Taz
show.
and Taz.
Oh, I've seen this.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
And it's actually
was good.
Really
No, it was
creative.
good.
It was a
good.
good job, but it wasn't really puns. It was, but it wasn't really puns.
Well, they were like half puns. You could tell he probably wrote it fast, and
Yeah.
for how quick how much time he had to do that. He did a great job.
Yeah.
What they did is, I don't know if you heard this, but
He's Jim Kelly that did it.
Yeah, Jim Kelly. He's actually pretty funny. And they did the cities in Ontario and they told a story with it.
Oh, it's great.
But it's not quite what you did with the recent.
We do it a little
video.
bit different. We
Yeah.
do it a little different.
What is it that you do differently? I'm just curious. Like what?
Because
Because I knew there was something. I knew there was something listening to that where I thought this is really cool. It's really creative. But I wonder what Dan thinks.
Yeah, no. So
He's a professional, technically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're the
so-
king.
He is the
Yeah. Or the star, the pun star.
I always try. I always think like try not to stretch the word as much as and use as much of the word or all of it, or else I probably just throw it away. But for something like this where you're using just cities, it's a lot different. So my hat's off. My hat's off to
was good.
what he did.
Yeah.
I think it was what were we talking?
said
Delhi. It was Delhi.
Delhi. You said Delhi, and there was Woodstock.
No, well, for Delhi, he says we I don't know, we went to the beach and we got Delhi or something.
Right, and it was
No,
just
it was
to
like
be
I got
high.
my yeah.
But you're just using the word high. You
Right.
forgot Del, right?
Right,
so
yeah.
so in my mind, I want Del to be used so bad.
Right.
You know, so I'm just like I don't know. We went backstage at the music awards and we got a Del High or
Right,
something.
Adele,
It's a
like
story.
the singer.
The
It's
singer, whatever.
a story without that. It's still the same language.
But then again,
I see what you're saying.
I'm going to probably spend, if you spend more time on it, I'm sure he would come up with the same thing.
Right.
You guy's a genius. So.
Have you ever been invited to do any local radio shows, or have you gotten local love? Or
Yeah, there's been no.
Yeah.
No.
Well, you're getting it here, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, man. We had this conversation.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Actually, the local places are actually really bad for that.
Are you finding?
Tell
us how you really feel.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, we're on a local show.
I know. Okay,
that all the locals are going to hear.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Tiff.
Yeah.
Do another shot.